Welcome to the channel, Right Life Draw. Alright, so I have this mystery board here. Let's flip that over. So it's actually, I had to re-listen to this. It's called First Flight, but it's not an official name. It's just the voiceover that was done by Jor-El, or the character of Jor-El is played by Russell Crowe in The Man of Steel, 2013 film, directed by Zack Snyder. The music was by Hans Zimmer. And the shooting script was done by David S. Goyer. All right, so I had to write this down, make sure I got the correct quote. I just wanted it to be there. And this is what I'm working on. I originally posted the initial sketch. Let me back up a little bit. So I don't really do sketch cover art. I both hate sketch cover art, blank cover art, and blank sketch cover art, and love them at the same time. Ergo the title. But the reason why I say that is because this is my very first one. I've been meaning to do one for a long time, off and on. I've bought and sold them, and I've got other people that I've asked, comic book artists that I know and folks that do artwork, to do one for me. And obviously I'll commission them for it. But and those are fantastic to look at. I have quite a few of them actually that have been graded and by CGC and put into the the plastic sleeves, as it were. But the reason I really sort of exist somewhere in between is because I never really wanted to see my artwork on one of these covers. I know that sounds crazy, odd, but the thing is that I usually tend to draw. This is a kind of a contradiction, but I'll go through with it and explain it. So I don't like the fact that I'm limited to this amount of space. Technically, it's almost 11 by 17 if you open it up. There's more on the back side. I don't really like the commission covers that are where just someone does a very small sketch or a remark on these blank covers. It's just a lack of, I don't know, it's maybe the completionist in me, it's the artist in me. I just can't see how people would pay hundreds of dollars for a sketch this size, or something, a blurb here, or just a close-up of a three-quarter shot of a face. I just think that's borderline highway robbery, but that's just me. Needless to say, I'm not doing this as a commission for anyone. It's just for me, and I may not even like this at the end of it all. Hopefully, you all watching this will enjoy this process. All right, I think I've got a bagel coming my way. We're gonna hold on a second. I think you can still carry the conversation while I go pick it up. All right, let's see. Y'all still with me? Yeah. So I'm at a cafe, and I'm picking up my bagel. And I think the mic will actually go that far across the room. All right, so here's the bagel. I don't want it to get cold, but let me just go through this real quick. This is just live, and in the moment I thought I'd do this quick video for my viewers to sort of help me figure this all out. So needless to say, I did the original sketch. I don't know if I'm going to post it up on my Instagram, but I probably will later on today. But it's definitely up on Facebook? I think it's on Facebook. If it's not, it will be by the end of the day. I had put it on the sketch cover group that I'm a part of in Facebook. So this is actually issue 32 of Superman from the middle 2000s. I think it's 2014. I didn't know that Jeff Johns had written it, which I've never read this issue or any of the other issues that he might have written. But now that I know that he wrote that, I mean, I like John Romita Jr.'s artwork. That's not a question. He's been around for years. I know that a lot of people keep putting down his current style and whatnot, but I find it works. It's fine. It's Jeff Johns that I follow. I tend to follow more writers than anything else, since I obviously draw myself. So anyways, the original sketch of this was really bad. The face was really bad. It looked like not Superman. I gave him, the features were off. The eyes were off because the lips were off. So I just worked on that a little bit more. Also, when you draw a face, for a male face, you're supposed to have, let me show you this. If you can see, there's a bare small line here that was drawn here, and I had to match the lips to the edge of the eyes. Also, this eye was too high up, so I had to level it out. So once I got that done, I reworked the ears for more detail. Okay, I'm not completely done, and also that cleft is a little too big. I'm going to bring it close up here. I think you can see it. Yeah, right there. So I'll erase that in a minute. Also, I'll work on the hand a little bit more. At first, when I first did the sketch, I thought that it had a feeling of, I don't know, something like, I don't know if anybody that saw this on Facebook in the sketchbook cover art, blank cover art sketchbook group. I think I butchered that name, but something like that. I had never posted anything up there. This is my first. Might have thought that this might have kind of looked like a little bit of John Byrne's styles. I don't really draw in his style. I don't think I do. But the arm here kind of reminds me of a frame that he had done years and years ago. I think when he was drawing Superman in Action Comics or something like that. Could I have been influenced by him? Of course, I'm influenced by dozens of artists and dozens of writers. But needless to say, I know that the spacing is just slightly off here, so I'll just fix that. This is why I always like to work in pencil and then go to my inks. Then I have a separate sketchbook and that I cater to doing art raw, straight from a crow quill or a inking pen or even brushwork. Anyways, okay, let me show you all the drawing that was this is the second. This is part 2, I suppose. Let me get to the middle page. I'm trying not to damage the book. I'm thinking that I should maybe get this graded. It just is art, and even if it gets a grade, that's fine. It doesn't matter if it's a 6.5 or. I'm trying to take care of the cover as best I can, but so needless to say, let me see if we can get it all in there. All right, let me see if I can angle the camera. Hold on, everybody, hold on. Stay steady with me. There we go. All right, so this was an imagery that I had. This is Jor-El with the heavy goatee, the beard. Yes, I patterned it definitely after my favorite version of Jor-El, which is played by Russell Crowe in the Man of Steel movie in 2013. And I definitely took this information, this quote, and I had to do some lettering. So this is all rough. I didn't have my Ames lettering guide. For you, all of you that may not know this or think about this at all, a lot of lettering is now done by computer and has been for years, but there was this old time, once upon a time, where we used an Ames lettering guide, which is sort of like a triangle-shaped device in a ruler. Usually you turn it on its straight edge, and you'd move it on top of it. You can find a tutorial on it on Proco, one of the YouTube channels that deal with art, comic book art, and lettering. If you just search it, you'll find a tutorial on how to do hand lettering. So anyways, that's what I'm well versed in, at least with my own independent mindset. I did the lettering. I tried to keep it as even as I can. Let me close this so you can see a better look. So as you can tell, this was the actual quote from the movie, the monologue. And, Kal-El's question was, why am I so different from them? Question mark. Jor-El, Earth's sun was younger and brighter than Krypton's was. Your cells have drunk, etc., etc. You get the point. And so I'm trying to do a montage that will actually just fit the character. This is Kal-El as a baby. I wanted to make sure that there's this flash of light that sort of emanates from the bottom of his foot, and it becomes sort of like the speed lines of him as a grown man flying out of the frame in costume. All right. So, and then of course I gave credit where it was due for the movie. This will actually maybe fall into stars. I'll probably do a space scene here. I don't know if I'm going to add any other filigree to the corners so this is me doing my very first blank sketch cover. But one of the things that's just, I guess, I suppose, the good stuff about it. The bad about it is that I'm confined. Hold on a second. Let me open this up again to this space. Let me do it this way. It's pretty small. It's not even really 11 by 17. And I'm used to drawing on an 11 by 17 Bristol board for doing comics, sequential work, or even if I'm doing, and I can draw small, but usually I use a different type of, maybe it'll be a small sketchbook, and my mind just sort of reconfigures everything, collapses it, so it'll be to scale. I think that was what I was looking to explain. So this is okay. It's not bad. You have to get creative, I think. There's a lot of blank sketch cover artists out there that are far better than me. I'm just late to the game, but I've seen some artwork on these covers that is, well, it's just okay. And I don't mean it as far as like the actual start of art style, but in what I just believe in giving the customer, I guess if you're going to sell this stuff, more of a bang for their buck. Just give them quality, give them something more than what they paid for. I've sold and bought